Hey, everybody. I am Tommy, and you are on the Lifeboat. And I have with me my much better half. What's up, Quibsy?
I like it when you dial up the flirt.
How about that? We aren't even out the gate.
Hello, my love. And what have you been up to today?
The usual voodoo that I do so well. I've been watching videos and here's the other thing, people, and we'll keep this really quick. For those of you that know the Lifeboat and have been around for a while, here's what I'd like to say. There's a person out there that for over a year has been threatening to release all kinds of audios that she had of me during an argument. And since then, she's turned me into apparently somebody involved in incest, and has also accused Reese and I of getting married on the sly in Las Vegas. I have not watched these videos. That's on everything I love. That's the truth. I got an email from somebody that I definitely believe. Yeah. So
what a cool rumor.
I know, right? It's kind of a cool rumor. But here's the thing. This is Nevada, right? So all you got to do is go over there and run that through, right? Don't look under Tommy Scoville, because obviously it's still under Brett, B-R-E-T-T, and the last name is Miller. So go over there and look that up. And if that turns out to be BS, and they're willing to run with something that you can that easily look up, makes you wonder what else they're doing. But I don't talk about content creators here. I'm not going to shine light on these people's hate. It's funny, though, because we've been running hard and doing things on every subject matter on earth. But once we started to push back against the human tea stuff, and against, in particular, the jesters and the cult, a very concentrated attack. But what really has touched me right here, and I'm not kidding, is the response from all of you guys and gals. This is a pretty amazing audience, man. It really is. It's a pretty freaking amazing audience. And man, pretty fond of you guys. Go ahead, Quibsy.
I actually got some really kind support today, too. I found out about this not that long ago. Apparently, it's like a few people who are trying to stay relevant, who never were relevant. You know, that old chestnut. People who have to start up hate in order to try to be important, I guess.
Be relevant.
Yeah, be relevant.
By the way, before anybody gets upset, she's not being mean. We just had a very long conversation on this on the boat about this. The need to be relevant is now on that Laszlo's, or whatever his name is, hierarchy of needs. This is a real thing, and there are people that will throw cans of gasoline on fire if it means that they'll be relevant. But you know what? What an audience, man.
Here, I guess since you brought this up, I'm going to say two things. The first thing is, apparently, from what I'm being told and from where it's coming from, it's a few different mouths. The only thing I can respond to about this is, I guess people are saying things that are absolutely like full on fabricated, but I guess we just have to accept them as truth because that's their truths.
Right.
And
not in 2025.
Well, I guess, no, I'm being serious though. Like,
so am I. We're taking truth back.
Somebody was saying like, does Reese mistreat her child? And they were like, big time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, so I guess that means it's true then, right? Because they said it. So that's the thing I'll say. But the other thing I'm going to say, and I'll say this on my channel when I go live tomorrow. This is all, babe, can I say things?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm trying to say stuff. This is all a hate campaign. This is hate. This comes with the territory of having a channel. First of all, people get jealous. People get very jealous. I will say this: hate, to me, I've learned this. Hate takes a lot. It's an emotion that takes a lot. Like, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of your time, and it takes a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, you could translate that to, you have to really, really care. And I don't. So I don't, I'm not going to take part in it, but I think it's fascinating, especially the people who knew us in the past. Like, one of them's claiming that she knows more about me than I do, but I've done 2 streams with her.
Oh, you obviously are homegirls if you've done 2 streams.
Yeah.
All you need is love.
The only other thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to laugh about this on my channel tomorrow, guys, so we'll do it tomorrow. But the funniest part about this is, I'm a grifter, right? That's been there long standing. It's nothing new. But the funniest thing today that I heard about this, somebody told me, I'm a grifter, but the people who are doing this are like, stop giving her money. And they're like, DS Kitty Diane, thank you for your super chat. Somehow my accepting super chats is not the same thing as these idiots accepting super chats. It is a totally separate thing, guys. Very separate ball field. Okay. So giving them money is different than super chatting me. Very, very different. You need to know that when you make up your own mind, unless you're part of the group think that they're trying to, the new cult. I don't do cults anymore. I've been through a couple and I just said, you know what? You can go your own way.
Yeah. And here, I honestly want this to be put to bed. I don't talk about content creators. We'll never do it here. For real, we will not.
No.
But pay attention to people and what they do. Because if you hear somebody say something like, I stand with so-and-so, and 5 days later, that's next person, same person is saying so-and-so is a C-U-N-T. There's something wrong with that. It is very much cult think where everybody has to, and you guys can believe whatever you want, think whatever you want. I'm not entertaining that crap here.
One of the minuscule, irrelevant ones in particular is doing that. She's very wishy-washy. Like, I do this, but now I do this, and I'm an expert on this. And
so crank that thing up.
Thanks for your super chat. You can't make this
Angie
stuff
Mo, thank you so much.
Wait, I just said you can't make this stuff up. Apparently you can.
Oh, but you can.
They have.
Go on your way.
Hey, Woofy. So, guys, I can't find where we were, but I've got about.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
I've got about. I'd say we have about 20 to 22 minutes left of this. So I just figured we'd start at this place that I chose, which, yeah, sorry, I got distracted, which I think we already heard a little bit of this yesterday, but here's the exciting part. Tommy and I felt guilty about having to end this stream yesterday because you guys had a lot of good questions. And I hope that you still bring these questions because tonight we have the time. And we want to do it because we're real people.
Well, most of us. Keith Lego, I'm glad you're okay. That man just did like 10 million Scoville unit tincture. That stuff can kill you.
Thank you, Nancy Couch. The cheese stands alone. That is so kind.
It really is.
I do have a lot of people supporting me through this, and I really appreciate it. Like, there's a whole bunch of people saying, this is the most nonsense I've seen in a while. Guys, it's just another wave of hate. They do it. It's seasonally at this point. I think they just get irrelevant and they start getting together. Like a sewing circle.
And if you're wondering, go back because I've answered every single thing they're ever bringing up. We've talked about. They just, it's true. It's seasonal. They come out every time we get a new batch of followers. They do this crap. But yeah, we've made videos about all of this stuff. So, except for the fact that I'm really bummed out that you got married in Vegas with me and I don't get an invite.
I didn't even remember it.
You know something? That's your story, and no one's going to believe it. But to become a mason, do you actually have to be a mason, like a stoneworker? It's not a dumb question at all, because the name would make you believe that that's probably a fact, right? But the truth of the matter is you do not. It is just when this guild formed a long time ago, they were based on that, and they used symbology from that. So they had all the different tools that a stonemason used. And if you think about it, you lay down a cornerstone. There's a lot of very symbolic stuff to building a better man or building a better human or any of that, if that makes sense. Then that's not a dumb question by any stretch. It really isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at Amy Edge. Thank you, Amy Edge.
Look at Amy Edge thinking for herself. That's unbelievable.
I love it when people do that.
Thank you for stepping into the light and telling us that you do that.
Not a silly question. Did we plan to dress? No, we did not. I would have thrown on a turtleneck. And I actually, when I saw her, I said, oh, we're kind of twinsies. You want me to put on a turtleneck? And she went, no, I don't.
No, I thought you looked really cute the way you were.
Thank you. This is a question. Can you knock this one out real quick?
Trisha from Minnesota says, I want to know where your mother was in all of this. Why didn't she come get you? You were a baby. My mom, so she left when I was 6, my mom, and she left me and my sister, and she moved to Kansas City. Thank you, Sandra Ferguson. And she remained in Scientology just a little bit longer. And then, I mean, I don't really know how to answer this other than my dad kept especially me, because my sister moved in with her later down the line, and then my sister went into the Sea Org, but my dad kept me from seeing my mom. He was very controlling and very possessive. He just wanted the kids. He did not want the responsibility of children, but he wanted to be in control. And so when she would try to see us, he would allow it for like a couple of hours. And that was, oh, look, we're dressed like a couple of cat burglars. That's fitting because of the rumors, babe. Did he mute it? I guess I'm just talking to myself, and that's perfectly okay. I feel confident doing
I was
that.
trying to not give you any background noise. I didn't want to, I'm trying to be an excellent host.
Mhm.
Tell you what, though, I love those glasses. You know, we argue over the Chomo 2000s and some of the other frames that I don't necessarily really love.
That's fine. Mhm.
Those that you're wearing are fantastic.
I'm
Absolutely love them.
Honestly, I don't like these.
Ah,
I'm not a fan of these, but I put them on for you because I knew you liked them.
you are fantastic.
Anyway, I feel like I didn't fully answer that. And then my mom moved to California and got married, and so the whole time I was on staff, she was in California, and she just didn't know much about my life. But you have to remember, my mom and I weren't close at that point. Shay B says, do you know why your was adamant about keeping you with him and not your sister, but then mistreating you? She was 4 years older than me, Shay B. So my sister wanted to go to Kansas City and train at the Church of Scientology, which she did a little bit. And then she got recruited and joined the Sea Org. And as far as that, I hate to say this is an awful thing to say. My dad was never very nice to her. He was not nice to me either, but he favored me over her. So when she wanted to leave, he was perfectly fine with that. She came back from the Sea Org when she was 15. She left and she came home to our house. And I wasn't there, of course, I was on staff, but my sister told me that he kicked her out. He said, you're a degraded being and you're not pulling your weight and you're not being a Scientologist. And he kicked her out on the streets at 15, and she became quite addicted to some drugs.
Is this Bree or your other sister?
Bree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? See, I didn't want to say this, but yes. Yes.
Thank you, James Collins. I love James Collins.
That's yeah. And there is a bit of a librarian thing going on with those, and I'm a fan. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a fan of the librarian thing. Now, I didn't miss a bunch of people. Let's see if I did.
I don't understand your question, D. Thompson, but I haven't even done a stream on my channel, so I'm not blocking anybody.
Well, and you know what? I know that Quibsy, you will do. Over here on the boat, we've got a bit of a policy on it, but that's just me, and I absolutely respect you. You know, and I'm sure that you will do, and you have that right on your channel. I'm sure that you'll address what you think needs to be addressed, and
I probably won't. I'm a little sick of it, honestly, but
it's just nonsense. And the problem is, you address nonsense, and they fire more nonsense, and you address nonsense, and they fire more nonsense.
But this particular time, it's a lot of lies. Like it's a lot. It feels like a group attack, and all of a sudden, it's like all of a sudden they're also saying the jesters aren't real, which makes me think that Jeff Quibell may have something to do with that.
And I'm sleeping with family members. So
excuse me?
That's one of the rumors, is that I'm banging a family member.
Well, I'm glad that's a rumor, babe, because
I was in Vegas. I was in Vegas with you getting married. I don't know when I could have worked that in.
I feel like I do have some standards, and I'm not comfortable with that. The whole test thing is not a thing that I'm into.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. You like the glasses? A lot of people, Quibsy, a lot of people
It's
The
the hat.
glasses, love the glasses, and a little bit of a crimmy look. I've also heard that from someone else. Whine a little bit more is right. You kind of look like you're getting ready to go out and pull a job.
Well, wait a minute. What kind of crim job? Like, what if I were going to be if I were going to be a crim, it'd have to be like a super felon like you. Like, I don't want to just go to jail for something stupid. Like, what kind?
Oh, did you call me a super felon? Webs, you're so kind.
I only date people who have at least like 20 felonies.
Right, you're not looking for some dude that did the great copper heist.
No. I wonder what kind of crim I would be.
Honestly, I see you as a white collar crime kind of a girl. You know, maybe some embezzlement, something like that.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure. Yeah.
I really could. I could. Whoa, hey.
Oh, that was kind of Lisa.
Why, thank you, Lisa Trimble. That was a very kind thing to say. Hotness without the peppers, says Yadira. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I prefer my hotness without the peppers.
And art thief, that I like. An art thief.
And that outfit is very art thiefy.
Yeah.
I said thiefy.
I mean, it goes hand in hand too with the grifter thing, right? It makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I think grifting seems like there was a movie called The Grifters with that great woman in it. What was her name? What was the name of that? Angelica Houston. She was in it. It was called The Grifters. It's a good movie.
We have the same birthday. I love her.
You guys are born on the same day?
Yeah.
July 16th. You know I'm kidding. Come on. No, I'm kidding.
Can we get an annulment since we got married like 6 weeks?
I'm kidding. I know your birthday.
But I forgot about the master grifter thing. It's just, guys, I couldn't stop laughing when I heard about that. People saying, Reese, it's your money, but then they were getting super chats. I'm sorry to harp on it. It was just too funny to pass up. Cat burglar. I like this. Juana Love. I like that too.
No, Alison Metcalf Palumbo. Not she was banging a family member. That would have been all right for Johnny. No, I was an aunt. Jewel Thief Vibe says aspire to inspire. And I do believe that's when everybody said it's a good look, but it's kind of crimmy. I think that's what they were going for.
The family member thing gives me the creeps. That's a lot. I wonder what
these are bad people. These are bad people.
What are the rest of the stuff they're going to bring up? Hey, I like that, by the way. The Wolfress of Wall Street.
Nice. Who said that?
Ree.
Nice, Ree. Jason, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Oh, they're going to be salty tonight. Do you see this?
What? All
these super chats. And you know what?
I don't notice it because I'm so used to it on my channel. Sorry. Thanks.
You grifter, you. It's so funny. If you went to anybody else's job, right? You know what I mean? And walked up to a waiter and went, "Did you just get a tip? You grifting piece of low-life trash."
How much money do you make and what exactly are you spending it on?
That's right. And is that, what kind of watch is that?
I stole it from being a cat burglar.
Malvika, you are that. See, that's how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to work, man. It is. You know what it is? Honestly, you know what it is? A madam?
I know what
I could see you maybe running a house.
Hey, jealousy.
She used to sing that with the cats. It's so funny. The cats and the dogs in Quibs' house, because if you feed anybody anything, and the worst, I'm not being disrespectful, but if I just say anything that's even remotely nice, the Bobo is going to come barreling through that door because he has fear of missing out on affection. He will not allow anyone else to get a pet. The Wolfress of Wall Street is really clever, Ree.
I do like that. I might change my channel name. Hey, Lumen, I love you, girl. And Shelly says, doesn't everyone work for free? Yes, but only for the first year and a half. Usually that's how it works, but not with Reese, because Reese is Reese, man. Reese is the new Wolfress of Wall Street. You know, it's funny because someone just said, I'd love to know why people are so interested in, you know, what you guys do and what you guys don't do or things like that. And we already found out a while ago that allegedly, you know, they were greasing the palms of another content creator. And I hate to even bring that up because honestly, I don't believe anything anymore. This is bad, but I don't even believe, you know, they trash ZDT a lot. I'm not sure I believe any of it. Honestly, you know, you kind of take stuff for granted if you go, well, I already hate that person.
But I'm not sure I believe any of the crap. I really don't. Thank you, Lisa Trimble. People are turning green, folks.
D. Thompson, I haven't made a lot of money yet this year, but we are just in the first part of the year. But check back with me for sure.
Yeah, we're going to see about it. The goal is about $500,000 a piece is what we would like to do.
A quarter.
$250,000 each. I really would need to make.
No. $500,000 a quarter. That's what they say I make.
Oh, okay. No, see, but we'd like to take this thing to the next level and maybe a compound of sorts, right? We're going to need some guard towers because you know how these people get. I'm kidding. No, but like a filming compound, I think would be fun. You know, I'm Josh. I'm kidding.
You know,
we went up to look at a place. It was the perfect location. The problem was when we got up there, it was only slightly larger than this bottle of Vegemite. And from the pictures, it looked massive. Like they were creative. Anyway.
We'll carry on with this. The only last thing I'll say is I won't name any names on who's saying what, but I just want you guys to remember that whatever they're saying about us, rumors, they dissipate, right? They fade. It happens. It will come and go. People will forget. You know what doesn't go away? Every time I think about it, I get so incredibly embarrassed that this individual has the lifeboat tattooed on themselves. And that is forever.
You know what? I wasn't going to do this.
Anytime you feel embarrassed, just remember, I love you, but I'm not tattooing the lifeboat.
Hey,
on my chubby ankle.
She did the Tommy Scoville tattoo and the Aaron Smith Levin tattoo. Now go watch the video of her shredding them. It just tells you a lot about who these people are. She literally, after a week of being here, tattooed the lifeboat on her leg. God bless her. Yes. Lifeboat's a great channel.
Yes. She was sexually obsessed with both of us and made that very clear. So
she did some creepy.
Very creepy. I think all you have to do is spend about 10 minutes watching it. You'll get the creep vibe for sure.
Yeah. All right, now fire up this thing. I want to hear some of the other creeps. Hey, Kathy Ann, good to see you. Oh, you know what? We haven't roll called at all.
Yeah, we did.
We did? You liar.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think we did.
I just want you all to remember that, though. Whenever you get embarrassed, just remember somewhere out there, there's an embarrassing tattoo on that person's. Lumen.
Whoopi. Look back window law, temporary extension of stage. Thank you, Whoopi. I will absolutely. That's something that I need to look into. Thank you. That's what we were talking about the other day, kid. About being able to file the look back window. Thank you. All right, now we're ready. You know how we were talking about how you didn't have an opportunity to file because of the statutes of limitations, and then they had the Southern District of New York, which allows you to file on this long after the fact, right? Oh, thank you, Lisa.
God, I would hope so, Cinderella's glass slipper. It would save us all some embarrassment, to be honest.
What's that?
She said she's getting rid of the lifeboat tattoo. It would make me feel better. I would sleep better at night.
You know what? The world will be a better place.
Abigail, I love you, girl. I see you.
Okay, Abigail.
That's all I'm going to say about that because honestly, it's beneath me. I have way too much to do. I've got way too many Venmos.
Say that more like more like Gump.
Too many PayPals to collect. I got things to do. I got money to burn through, guys.
I wanted to see you do that like Forrest Gump and that's all I got to say about that kind of thing. But you left me hanging. It's all right. We can move on. Go ahead.
Colette wants to know why you changed your name.
First of all, if you have missed it, it's probably because you just got here because I've talked about this a million times. My brother is the Johnny Scoville. And when I was incarcerated, my brother had started his YouTube channel. And at the time, his daughter was diving. She was a diver and spent most of her life in a bathing suit. And my brother didn't want the creeps, like the ones that mail pictures to our kids and do all the creepy stuff that they do, to have a shot at finding out. And so, like so many people do, I mean, I'm looking at names and people have, things like a mission control. Now, right? Tons of people do this. This was so my brother went with Johnny Scoville because he eats the hottest stuff on earth. And when I got out of prison, he had already told stories about me for 3 or 4 years. And I said, I think I may do something on YouTube. He said, well, if you do, you're Tommy your Tommy Scoville. The name was already picked. And it was beautiful because I had spent most of my life addicted to dope. And I know that there are people out there saying I don't know where the hell it comes from, but apparently I'm still slamming the stuff. I'd be more than happy to to demonstrate anywhere on my body I want to take a look at, or piss in the cup, or do anything else. It's ridiculous. But the point being,
is that one of them too that you're still doing it?
Yes. Look at that, free Lifeboat tattoos. And you know what? He'll do a better job than the Tijuana skank shack she went to.
And you get a Lifeboat tattoo.
You get a Lifeboat tattoo. You get a Lifeboat tattoo. Well played, Quibbs.
So embarrassed for her. I'm still embarrassed.
Yeah, well, here's the good news. I honestly couldn't tell you the platform that she went on, but hopefully she's getting a tattoo out of it. Mark Hardman says, I'll take one. That's the story.
Mark Hardman. I love Mark.
I do too. This is, I said to Quibbs earlier, I said, I'm more blown away by the number of people that reached out and just said, this is humorous, and I hope this isn't bumming you out at all. This is a rare audience. It really is. And
this is
proud as hell to be associated with you guys.
This is not the first time that people have tried to make up stories because they're sad about our life, because they want to be in it. GHB from Mexico, not H. I don't know what that is.
GHB, gamma hydroxybutyric acid. It's a liquid that Diddy's been using in his baby oil to knock people unconscious. Is that they said that I was going to bring back GH in my butt. Do you know how GHB
I sleep so well around you?
And that's why you don't remember getting married in Vegas. Bottles, like you saw the bottles of G. Do you have any idea how hard that would be to get in your prison locker? But hey, if you're really dedicated, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're ready to put in the work, as they say.
That's terrifying.
And I don't know that you can get that, but I don't know. And I don't know what I would do with it. I guess I'd be knocking you out, babe. Make you a little bit more, But listen to anyone say it. You don't need any help in that department.
To be honest, they are right about that rumor. I'm probably a little too flirty below the belt.
Yeah,
Can't keep the gloves up. But the good news about that is I've always been that way since I started my channel, and nothing's changed there.
Can we get some prayers for Crimea River? Says her grandchild to come in the next 2 days, leaving tomorrow for San Diego, hopefully to be there, praying for a healthy baby boy. Absolutely.
Aww.
Absolutely. Thought and prayers for a new grandbaby. I love that. I really do. I love that.
I love that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's
amazing. Isn't that cool? Hey, SJ. Good to see you. Meredith Lynn, how are you? All right, fire this thing up.
Okay.
Little background in case anybody here is just one of those haters and doesn't know what you're talking about from last night. Giggity.
Well, I think they're going to make up their own stories, babe. I'm sure by morning we'll have even more that.
No, I mean what you're about to play. Can you tell people a little background on what you're about to play?
I'm going to just click into where I should have written down. We love you too.
This is Kathy. This is Kathy. And Kathy is a Scientologist, right?
You're doing great.
And this is at the point where Reese is realizing that her family is going to be gone. Aaron Smith Levin on New Year's had held up her phone for a split second. And in that split second, her friend Kathy just happened to be surfing the web as a Scientologist, as they often do. And she came across Aaron Smith Levin, who she knew, but didn't know he was doing this crazy stuff. So she paused briefly. And in that brief interlude, she went, holy hell, that's Quibb's info on the phone. Am I about right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the conversation and lies betwixt them.
Correct, but we're midway through. So yes. I'm going to start it where we're at here. But if you missed last night, I suggest you go catch up and watch that. And if you don't care, you can just start with this here. She's very condescending. And I'm going to start at a point where this isn't exactly where we were, but like I said, we'll be all right. We've got about probably 20 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
I'll see what I get in regards to that, but it'll be within my rights to do something to help improve the situation long before anybody will issue a declare. I have absolutely the right by our own policies. I don't need anyone to tell me this or confirm this. That if there is something I can do that prevents an attack, bad feelings from you, you feeling like you have to fight against Scientology, it's one thing for you to not do Scientology, it's another thing for you to feel like you hate it. So if there's anything I can do to help, and I don't mean shut you up, I mean truly help, then I want to do it.
Okay. I appreciate that. I just don't think there's anything you can do. There's nothing that I think we can do. I don't need to formulate a plan. I don't think there's anything to. I don't know what the solution is. Is there a solution here?
I mean, I believe amends are possible, and the difference between criminals and not criminals is that they feel remorse, right? That a person feels remorse and that they would do something to make things better.
But wouldn't they have already done it?
And there's an ambulance going by me, and I legally have to pull it over and get out of his way, and I can't hold it. Okay, we're good.
But it's okay. Wouldn't they have already done it? This stuff happened decades ago. What are we trying to fix?
One thing, for example, is that sometimes people do it in their own way. For example, one time I did something to a public person I do not feel good about. I don't want to say what it is. Okay?
True story.
I couldn't directly
Feeding the dog
with that public person.
I recognize that sound going around the circle.
So does Bo.
There wasn't anything for me to do about it in the world today, right?
Sorry. Okay.
So I had to do things in the general direction that I think make it better. And I maintained communication there, made sure that person was doing okay, blah, blah, blah. So if I was a bad soup and I, tried to correct, what I did is I'm just picking something, right? If I let a student be sleepy on course and I tried to correct him once and he bit my head off, and I tried to find his misunderstoods another time and he bit my head off again. And this goes on and on, right, for a while. So I know he's not really a product of this course by our study tech.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're Scientologists.
There. I didn't go to him and go, hey, I was a bad soup. I didn't do that. But I did my best to reach out to that person.
Soup means
When
supervisor.
I realized how bad it is what I did and what that effect would be, which took me a long time to realize. And up until then, I was just afraid of this guy biting my head off.
Sure.
Reese, are you okay? Are you okay, Reese? Reese, are you okay?
On my own, I never made sure he was winning or that he got it. And now he's not really
Scientologist.
whatever. So then I just took responsibility for that, reached out to the person, got them back in, made sure that they were winning, and I went the extra mile to do that. When it was no longer my job, I wasn't at the work anymore. I wasn't the person to FSM.
Right. But that's you, right? We both know Gene Wally's never going to do that. It's been 38 years. I've been alive. He's not going to do that. I don't want him to do that. But that would never happen.
That's the part I want you to consider. When I say think about, Reese, if you think that Gene should go back and take responsibility for his ridiculous implementation of disconnecting from his own child, if that's what he did, and that's how you feel about it, I'm saying maybe it could be acknowledged / something done. But what you don't want to do is when somebody commits an overt, like let's say Huxley knocks over your great grandma from Italy's favorite vase that her fiance gave her in 1898, and it's filled with gold by hand. There's no repairing that. What you don't want to do to somebody is say, hey, there's no way in, there's no way this can be made right. Even though there really is no way he can make that right. There's nothing he can do about that vase.
But what are we trying to make right? I don't need anything made right. I've just made it clear where I stand. I made it clear with that chaplain and Brenda. I'm not trying to fix anything. I don't need to fix anything.
Well, see, and if you were like, hey, I don't need to fix anything. You guys do you. I'm going to go over here and do me. You be you. I'll be me. And we can all still communicate to each other and be friends. And I'm not going to attack you or do things to attack you. I don't want you to do things to attack me. That'd be great. But that isn't what's happening.
Well, I'm not attacking you, though.
Not me. No, we're not really talking about me. I hope. I think you would tell me, right?
No, I don't have anything.
Right?
No.
You would tell me, right? You're like,
And
this isn't going to blindside me, right?
You've been upset with me. And I said, of course I do. I have all kinds of upsets with you. And she's like, what are they? And I laid them out for her. I'm not hiding anything here. I hate Scientology. I'm going to continue to hate Scientology. And I think it's wrong. I think there's a lot of things that are swept under the rug. I think that the things I'm saying are true. They happened to me. So what's wrong with talking about it?
I'm not upset with you for talking about it.
Well, you shouldn't be. I'm not upset with me for talking about it. Like, because I didn't talk about it to a Scientologist, I did. I told Brenda and I told the chaplain. I told a couple other Sea Org members that called, but I can't remember their names. Like, but what's wrong with me talking about it?
I'm not trying to shut you up, Reese. I'm trying to do something about the thing you're talking about, because I'm under the impression that when someone is upset about something, they would like to have it addressed.
Correct. And you're right. But I've been complaining and yapping and nattering, or whatever you want to call it, for 20 years now about it. And people go,
Nattering?
Or, oh, yeah. Here. So why now? I mean, I've been saying the same things over and over.
Nattering is just the exact same thing. I love you, Sierra Terry.
Thank you, Sierra Terry.
Nattering is the exact same thing as just talking gossip about someone. Nattering is what all these channels are doing. It's just little chihuahuas chasing a fire truck. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of nothing, trying to stay relevant.
Woofy just says, this is why they all wear CPAPs. I haven't heard her take a breath. It's true, right?
Probably.
Crank it up. Crank it up.
Okay.
Correct. And you're right. But I've been complaining and yapping and nattering, or whatever you want to call it, for 20 years now about it. And people go, well, you should report that. Or, oh, yeah. Here. So why now? I mean, I've been saying the same things over and over. No one cared until, I guess, now that I said something to Aaron Smith-Levin. You know, it's like,
I understand why it feels that way to you, but I don't feel like that's not really for me. Like, over the years as I talked to you, I didn't feel like you hated Scientology, not one time. Did you not want to do Scientology? Did you associate Scientology with Teen, who you do hate? Yeah, I do that.
yeah.
I feel a little bit stupid for not really noticing that you hated Scientology. Like, I didn't get that. No, I don't feel that. You expressed this to me, and I should have done something about that. That's not how I ever felt till right now. So honestly, I'm watching the fucking video. Like, wow.
What did the clip even say that you screenshot? I don't even remember. Like, I didn't get to see
Just
it.
the exact schedule, the training schedule.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
And I didn't watch much. As soon as I realized, I know.
Love our audience.
Yeah, it's just weird because Aaron called me and he was like, nobody saw it, because if they saw it, they would have had to record the live, go back and pause it, and then get your information. He was like, there's no way that anybody's gonna be able to just like see that. It's like less than a half a second.
I mean, it takes me a second to screenshot what's he doing. I'm a suspicious sort. You would have too.
Well, yeah, I told him that.
I'm not even gonna argue about that.
Yeah, I told him that. I was like, Scientologists are total sleuths, man. Like, of course they saw it.
I mean, I'm that way anyway. I'll be like watching a movie and I'll be like, wait a minute, look at that guy dating so-and-so. And
Yeah.
I'll be...
Yeah, I'm the same way. And he was like, no one's going to see it because you'd have to record the live, because I've since edited the live. And he was like, you'd also have to know I was going live. Someone would have had to be sitting there and like know it. And I was like, yeah. Do you think Scientologists aren't doing that? You're putting out all this news they don't want you to talk about. Of course they're going to be all over that.
I mean, actually, he just kind of, whatever. I don't know how, like, what he had on it that it wouldn't even into my YouTube feed. Maybe he said Scientology on the top or something. I didn't go back and look and go, how did I end up with this? And if it hadn't been his face, absolutely wouldn't have had any interest. It was just a complete fluke. And the fact that I then knew, that is so fluky.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, though. Like, I told him. I was like, people will know. And that's not a problem for me
You're
either.
not hiding it. You're not caring about that. That isn't even the point of any of this. The point of this is me saying, hey, Marisa, you being mad about something and not liking it and having to express it to me is one thing. You going to somebody whose whole goal is to...
She probably never has seen Aaron Smith's 11 channel, correct? I mean, as a good Scientologist, OT, she wasn't going and looking at anything. Anyone, they're terrified they're going to get caught, right? They're so afraid of doing anything that's going to buck the church. Or am I way off base?
I mean, I think that's right, but I'm no Scientology expert.
Okay.
According to.
I brought you on because you're the Scientology expert, and I'm trying to get laid.
I was only in it for 38 years, so allegedly.
Allegedly, there's my girl.
All right.
You're not writing it. You're not caring about that. That isn't even the point of any of this. The point of this is me saying, hey, Marisa, you being mad about something and not liking it, having expressed it to me is one thing. You going to somebody whose whole goal is to, fight and the things I care about, obliterate, that's at that point you're being friends with somebody who's being mean to me, and I don't like that. And I would like to do something about it, but I for sure never meant to sweep anything under the rug with regard to you. And that you feel like you are not taken care of by me or anybody around me is not okay with me, and I would like to do something about it. And that isn't declare Marisa. Disconnect Marisa. That is not what I want.
How I want to go, Marisa, like you do, Tommy.
Said you're directly in contact with something that's like against me. I feel like that is also against me, though. Scientology has done nothing that is harmful to me, if anything.
Your
So
eyes look
Can
amazing.
I do something regarding any of those harms? And if there's anything that I can do, and I understand it's not up to you to figure out how do people repair something. Like to some degree, the guy has to figure it out, right? The guy doing something wrong. You've said what you have to say.
Yeah.
So it may be that I'll just have to sit down and talk to you, list out the things that are
Did Bo just knock over the?
I think I was sewing a
have
quilt.
to do with Scientology and what it should be in regards to those, like correcting something with your dad or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is. I'm not saying or whatever, like I'm bored. I'm like, whatever. There's more than one thing. We
Right.
list them out and we sit down and I take it to proper terminals, Jean's MAA, for example. I'm just picking on that one. I'm not saying there's nothing with Brenda, there's nothing somewhere else. I'm just picking one. And then we one by one try to do something about those things. But if that isn't in the direction of where you want to go, then I won't go do that. That's all I'm really saying.
I just that would help you, not me. I don't want to sit down with any terminals. I don't want to figure something out. No, I don't think that will help me. I'm not interested.
How will that help me besides to help you? I'm just curious how you do that.
Because I don't think you want to disconnect from me.
Sorry, wait, what?
That would help you, not me. I don't want to sit down with any terminals. I don't want to figure something out. No, I don't think that will help me. I'm not interested.
How will that help me besides to help you? I'm just curious how you do that.
Because I don't think you want to disconnect from me. And it's probably
You
that.
gotta disconnect from me.
I told you earlier, I'm willing to be declared and be disconnected from everyone. Yes.
Willing to stand up for what you believe is right in some way is a different thing, Reese, than you making the call on that saying, hey, Huxley, you broke my grandma's face. I want nothing more to do with you. I hate you, and it cannot be repaired. I'm just picking that example, so hopefully you'll see how it feels to me. Hey, Kathy, you're a part of something that's, created this, and this effect. Nothing can be done to make it better.
Well, not in the organization. What am I going to do to fix it in Scientology? I want nothing to do with Scientology.
Can you explain this for them?
Yeah, it's
That's what I mean. I'm not going to do conditions. I'm not going to.
terminal is nothing other than a human being. That's all it is. It's a person. So I would say Kathy is my terminal on this ethics handling. Tommy has always been one of my terminals. It's just a person. That's all it is.
Again, though, it just highlights that if they say person, all of the people in your family know what the hell you're talking about. But if they can get you to say terminal, and it may seem really insignificant, folks, but if somebody can get you to go like this, see this thing right here? This is an apple, right? Like, damn well this thing isn't an apple. But if somebody can get you to the point where you are going to take what they say to the point where, okay, so this is here on out, this is an apple. We're going to call this an apple. Once you start changing your language and doing whatever someone tells you to do, I promise you're drinking the Kool-Aid. At that point, you're pretty deep in. But that's the purpose of all of these stupid little phrases and words.
Yes.
And your eyes look marvelous.
Nothing can be done to make
Thank
it
you,
better.
Well, not in the organization. What am I going to do with
Life is-
Scientology? I want nothing to do with Scientology.
I see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not going to like do conditions. I'm not going to go back and do the conditions by dynamics or a session.
I'm talking about if I go into my MAA and say, hey, you only created this situation. You did this, and this, and this. Please pull his files. Please help me get to the bottom of it, because it has come to this point, which I didn't realize was to this point.
I see.
I'm not talking about you coming to an MAA or something right now. That's not at all what I'm saying.
Master at arms.
Okay.
I'm not trying to make you into a Scientologist at all.
I don't really feel like you're doing that. I'm just saying what can be done about it from my point of view. I know where I stand. If you want to do that, I think that should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, the flag people came. What do you call that? The Flag World Tour came. I had a session. We wrote up a report together with a guy named Adam. It was like a 6-page report. He was like, because I had a session all about my dad and this upset. And he was like, we need to get a report to the Flag MAA.
When was this, Reese?
Years ago.
Flag World Tour.
And Brenda was on it too. And we sent this report and he was like, call me if you don't hear it.
Flag World Tour is just when they come like once or twice, maybe 3 times a year, and they are a big ethics presence, and they come and check on your org, and they bring a lot of highly trained staff and professionals to clean up any people in the field and the public that are not doing well. Staff, I was on that case when I was talking about this, I was public. And so a guy came and he took me in session and I complained about my dad, like I had been for years. And he was like, we need to do something about this. And he helped me write a really long report. We sent it to Flag. He gave me his card and he was like, call me if you don't hear from me. We're going to do something about this Gene Wally. And like 3 months went by and I called and they were like, oh, he's in Switzerland. I was like, oh.
Wow. So
Cool.
he gets around.
He gets
Do you
around.
think somebody was physically standing over her at that point? Or
No, I don't, Lori. Not yet. She was on OT7. She was pretty well able to be trusted. I don't think they needed someone to stand over her at this point.
did they ride a lot less shotgun on these people when they get up to those OT levels? Like somehow now they're really, big time.
Big time. Yeah. If you're on OT7, you're pretty high up. You're very well trusted. You're very seasoned. Yeah.
Well, you're almost as high up as you can get, right? Well, there's 15, right? Aren't there 15 OT levels?
Yeah,
Except only 8 or
Yeah, only up to 8 has been released.
because they don't really have any others.
That would be correct.
Because if they did, they sure as shit would have sold them.
That is true.
So go in there and make up some others. I mean, is he,
I mean, they released the preps for 9 and 10 on the free wins like 10 years ago, and all the OT8s went and did the OT 9 and 10 preps, but clearly nothing ever came of it.
okay. It was just we need a little bit more of your money. Did you pay in advance for the preps?
Yes, that's correct.
And this is the one that's going to help you. What's messed, right? Messed.
Matter, energy, space, and time. It's just the
Right.
physics.
So you can just control all of this. And
Yeah.
a great sales pitch. I mean, honestly.
It makes sense with my background, right?
Yeah. I can control matter and energy and space and time.
Yeah.
It's all about big hands. Big hands. You're the one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right then.
What are preps?
It's
Says
like-
Debbie Blair.
Preparations, just getting prepared. They were releasing the things to prepare for 9 and 10. I don't know what those things were because I wasn't OT8, but it was top secret and it was a big deal.
That's not the cool ones where you have to go into the machine that looks like something from Tron, does it?
No, but I talked about that. Super
Oh, you
power.
did? Because that's
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever. That's the only one I want to do. I don't care about the rest of them, but you get to go in this cool video game looking thing.
Superpower, and you get 56. You get your 56 senses back. North, south, east, and west with your eyes closed anywhere on planet Earth.
Tell them how good I am at that. I can't tell you.
Sense of
I
direction?
honestly, yes. I'm so bad at sense of direction that even after you tell me 10 times, I can't get it. Thank you.
Yeah,
we need to coordinate.
I don't feel like you're great at your sense of direction.
I'm not.
You can find your way in through anything to the panty hamster, but otherwise, I mean, you've got skills. It's just not. It wouldn't get us. It wouldn't save our lives.
Yes, that's true.
But if we were dying, you could certainly send me off well.
That's the spirit. Baby steps. Thank you so much. And this is it it not? If you can control mess, aren't you God?
Not really. I mean, not the Scientologists. No. not really.
Lloyd says OT15 is a 60-second pepper challenge with Johnny. Well, then, my fiance, OT levels. I'm not joking. Johnny burned the ever-loving snot out of my fiance by accident, and she took it like very few people would have. Honestly, I thought it was going to go all bad, but you're a trooper, Quibs, and for that,
I like the hot stuff. And
yes,
so do you.
I am a fan. Oh, that's an accident. Hey, Katie Fulton, how are you? Good to see you.
He did, Shell. Yeah, he knows the ham wallet very well.
Every
And
time.
here we go. Here we go.
Never not funny.
All right, then.
Time ago.
Yeah.
You know, the flag people came. What do you call that? The Flag World Tour came. I had a session. We wrote up a report together with a guy named Adam. It was like a 6-page report. He was like, because I had a session all about my dad and this upset. And he was like, we need to get a report to the Flag MAA.
When was this, Reese?
Years ago. And Brenda was on it too. And we sent this report. And he was like, call me if you don't hear anything. I never heard anything. Brenda had me call Flag. And I was like, I'm looking for Adam so-and-so. And they were like, oh, he's in Switzerland. And I was like, okay. So, like, this is what I mean. Like, nothing's, why now? I have complained from the rooftops. Nothing's ever been done. And I don't expect anything to be done.
You didn't want anything done. I thought you were, like, disconnected from Gene. It was a good thing for you. Not that Gene did that to you, but that you did that to him. And I didn't have any problem with that. I'm not criticizing. But I thought it was your choice to step away from your father. You see what I mean? I didn't.
Yeah, it's the spotlight he's in. Yeah, it's the, oh my God, we love your dad. It's the fact that he just kind of got away with disconnecting from his children, and everyone was like, oh, that's okay. That's no big deal. Jeff doesn't talk to his kids. Alex doesn't talk to Abby. Like, it's just a common thing. If you don't practice Scientology, you're fucking jettisoned. You're a degraded being. That's how I feel.
Okay, I understand.
Team Save the Vase.
Yes. Not that your feelings are wrong, but I don't think that situation is right. And I would like to do something about it.
Hashtag I stand with the vase.
Feel swept under the rug or be unhandled.
By the way, to hear them talk about the Quibs, that could have been me chiming in.
Situations are and see what I can do.
I've been boffing you for about 3 years now, apparently.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That would have been
That
done
was way back.
when how many chaplains have I talked to? I talked to Claire before she was moved. She was the Kansas City chaplain.
You don't know that.
Your lady.
Yeah, I know who she is. I mean, I've met her.
I mean, none of this, nobody's ever. I've had a lot of sessions on this and a lot of handlings, and Dan's written up doing OWs and conditions by dynamics and PTS handlings, and none of that's, I mean, I'm over it. I am done with that part.
Okay, so we're going to go to the next one, which I only think is like another 5 minutes. OWs is overts and withholds. It's a confessional. You write up your OWs. It takes a long time, and then you have to go get on the meter, and everybody reads them, and they go, is this done? You're done? You got everything off? And then you hold the cans, and you say, yeah, I feel really good about it. And they go, actually, you're not. Go back and write more.
Yes. That's right.
Noah, she's pretty upset about this vase.
She's not letting this go, Noah.
End of thing.
Okay.
I'm asking you to leave a door open for Scientology to correct itself right now in present time, regardless of what has been done or not done in the past.
Okay.
And that during that time that I attempt that, you reserve any attacks along the lines of what Aaron Smith Levin does. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking that you not express yourself, that you don't speak your truth, that you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And you could speak it to me.
Oh.
And I feel that I have.
Yeah, and I'm saying, I'm receiving the communication. I'm not rejecting it. I'm not finding you bad for saying it to me.
She's not finding you bad.
I need to tell you it's okay to communicate, but it might be nice to know it's okay with me that you tell me this.
Yeah, it is okay though. I know it's okay. Like I say, I've not held back in any way.
That's why I'm acknowledging, like, you don't need me to say it's okay, but I understand how I feel too.
Okay.
Could the 523 of you give us a moment?
I think you're going to be wrong. I think once once it's trickled down the line that I'm off lines. I haven't been active as a Scientologist a long time. I've been complaining about Scientology openly with Brenda and this chaplain. And I talked to Aaron Smith-Levin. They're going to put the hammer down on it and just say, declare it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like that's probably coming. And I've been prepared for it for a while now.
Well, maybe unprepare yourself and think about what could Kathy help you, not because Kathy's a god or special, but because she actually does care and thinks, yeah, let's do something about something that should have been done. You know what I mean?
She's special.
Prepare yourself. Think
Hold on,
about
listen to that
what
again.
could Kathy help you, not because Kathy's a god or special, but because she actually does care and thinks, yeah, let's do something about something that should have been done. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Kamala, is that you?
I don't know.
Babe.
And you'll have to think on that. Like you said, I don't really have any.
I mean, I'll probably have to listen and really detail. It's probably, to a great degree, me writing reports. They tell me that I try to get stuff done. Like, even just one thing earlier is like, who's this Italian guy? I don't know who talked to you, but I couldn't find an Italian guy who'd been on tour or anything in Kansas City. So I'm like, are you sure he was in Kansas City?
He's not on tour. I think he's part of the group there now, the mission. Brenda knows him. You could ask Brenda. I can't think of his name.
I can't easily talk to Brenda, so if you think of his name, let me know. I'll try to talk to Brenda or just send her a text or something, I guess. There's just one thing you told me today that made me go, who the hell confronts somebody with a report? Like, I want to correct that. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I wondered about that. Is that even legit? To be like, I'm sitting here looking at this. He said, I'm looking at your file, and I see this report that your dad called you.
No, it's not legit at all. That's why I was like, there's quite a few things that he told me today that I would like to do something about. And I'm like, okay, we're going to sit down with Teresa. But I'm just saying, I want to do that with you, between you and me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I told her
Darth gets it.
that I was. She was like, I love that guy. I was like, I know.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, well, right now I need to go and get Lily. Lily has cheer from 5 to 7, and I have to bring her a salad.
That's okay.
And so right now I'm going to deliver my little write-up. It's not a camera, it's just a little write-up to my MAA, telling her what you told me about Aaron Smith-Levin with my screenshot, and then, calm that I had the screenshot. And then just wait for a couple days to hear anything on that stuff. In the meantime, we're working the next 2 days anyways. But if you want, you have time to talk about it, let me know. And we'll just start detailing this stuff. And I'll see, I'll pick the ones I feel like I can do something about and start doing it.
Okay. I appreciate this, Kathy. I don't know the angle. Like, why? So that I don't get declared?
Here it is. Kim understands.
No idea this is how you felt about it. And it's not that I don't understand that there were upsets and things wrong. But
Upset.
I understand it wasn't more kind of on your own determinism of like, I don't want anything to do with Gene, as an example.
Okay.
And actually as the biggest example.
Okay.
I had no idea. I had no idea. I've never heard from you before Gene deserted me. And that's what I heard today.
Okay. And you didn't know that story?
No, I did not know that story.
Okay.
Promise you.
Okay. Well, there's probably just a lot I haven't shared with you, but I promise.
Which actually says a lot, because you and I share a lot. So
Yeah,
when
we
you
don't
say
talk
I'm not
that
going to be
often.
quiet anymore, I get that. I'm sorry?
We don't talk. I talk to you like twice a year. I mean, I shared it with Brenda because Brenda's constantly wanting to call me. She calls me pretty often. And so.
And you and I have mostly talked about life outside of Scientology.
Yeah, and since you moved to Clearwater, we talk a lot less.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We can make that happen.
A great deal of upset regarding King Wally. Like, I know you don't like him, and, I knew that, but I kind of likened it more to my own different family situations, which have been, the way I manage my relationships a little bit more by my choice. I don't have any disconnections completely that way, and my dad has passed away, but, I just didn't see it the way you're giving it to me today. That's all. And I feel bad about that.
Okay, well, I don't want you to feel bad about it. It's not your responsibility. By far, it's not. And Brenda knew.
I mean, if you saw a puppy in the road wounded, it's not your puppy. You do something about it?
Of course I would.
How dare you?
I mean, but because I care about animals way more than people.
And that's my point. I care about you, so I don't want to make it sound like a burden kind of responsibility.
Well, I
It
don't.
doesn't feel that way to me.
Okay.
I feel like, oh shit, my friend is hurt enough to have taken this action.
Kind of action?
You know?
Aaron.
Yeah.
That's it. I won't keep you because I bring this salad to the kids.
It's okay. Okay. Well, we'll talk
I'm
again.
sorry, I won't keep you. Are you woofing me? You've been there for 2 months.
You're working.
Okay, so that's the end of that. I want to point something out in all seriousness. Oh, my butt. I swear. I'm
Nice.
40. I want to point something out. She never called me again. And that's very telling. I talked about this on my channel. That's very telling because how many times was she like, I want to help you. I'm your friend. We're super close. I want to listen to these stories. I didn't know you were so hurt. I never heard from this person again. Yes, Kim, she's in Clearwater. She lives in Clearwater.
This is a great question. How did you not yell? You are full of shite. Had to be hard.
Not really. No.
No. Talking about animals is just cruel. It is. It's low budget. I agree, Abigail.
She knew that though. She knew I love animals and
that's who these people are, right? I mean, they take the time to find out who you are and they're going to push those buttons.
yeah. Yeah.
And Robin Bliss is right, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think they were waiting to see what my move was going to be. But I think so.
Yeah.
I like that, Pat Jonas. And Allison, you're absolutely right. She was fishing, Woofy. Yeah. So I feel like we got your take on this, babe, but I like the idea of you listening to these and then kind of an outsider, somebody who's close to me in my life, kind of giving your take on this.
Well, the woman's a con, right? I mean, that's painfully obvious. And I'm disappointed. You may not believe that, but I'm disappointed. I worked with like hard, nasty telemarketers from people who were trained within Scientology who were absolutely amazing at what they did. And I have always kind of thought that there was a sort of a superior, I don't know, they were trained to superior to a lot of people. That she seemed to me to be floundering all over the place, if you want to know the truth. I don't think that she was, one of the reasons that I asked, that I highlighted that question, do you think someone's standing over her? Because if someone is standing over her, she's failing. Like she was not doing a good job at that. That to me was shocking.
Absolutely. I agree. Debbie, yeah, that's a great question. Was Maggie Kittinger, who lied to your dad when he came to rescue you, related to your mom's husband? Yes. So Maggie Kittinger was married to Jeff Kittinger. Jeff Kittinger was married to my mom. So he married my mom.
Run that back again?
Yeah. He married my mother, and then he cheated on my mother with Maggie, and my mother divorced him, and he married Maggie. So Maggie and Jeff, Maggie was the executive director of the org. She always hated me because of my mom. She always treated me poorly. And she was my biggest, highest senior on staff. So she never liked me. She never treated me well, and held that over my head that he was married to my mom.
Wow. Holy shite. The plot thickens.
Absolutely, Lumen. Yeah. I agree with that, Cal.
Agree with that too?
Yeah, that's a good point. She
Yeah.
was told who she could talk to and who she could like because of the cult. Sounds like what the haters are doing to people right now. I'll tell you, it's ugly out there, guys. And remember, it's just YouTube, but people are being told what to think, what to believe, and who's lying, who's not lying, what story's true, what story's not true. I mean, I don't need to defend myself because apparently they know more about me than I do.
Yeah, well, I know more about you than both of you.
Say that again?
I know you better than anyone.
Who's both of you? Who's it? Who else is in here? What do you mean?
Don't play games with me, sunshine. I will come there, and you know what? You really do look beautiful tonight.
Wow.
I mean it. I love it. Your eyes look fantastic. You're glowing.
Dang, love buddy. Thank
Wow.
you.
You
I don't
look
mind you.
beautiful.
I don't mind you dialing up the flirt. Others mind, but I don't.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm in love. I'm smitten. Screw y'all.
Oh, that's cute. A smitten Crim? That sounds
That's right. A smitten crim.
a smim.
Uh,
Cheryl, I'm sorry that you're sick, girl. I love that, and happy birthday to you. You're very welcome. Yeah, Pam, he is. Tommy is very loved up.
it's true.
Zalstorm, nobody cares about the others.
That's right.
Just don't sugarcoat it.
That's right.
No one
That's
cares.
right. So I like the watch too, by the way. Looks great with that outfit.
Thank you so much. I love this watch. It's
Yeah.
right
a
up
good
there
one.
at the top of my list.
It is a good one. Let's talk about this vase.
Sure.
Do you think that and I'm not being a wise ass, by the way, I'm dead serious. These the analogies that she uses, do you think she's making this up on the fly, or do you think that this is something that has been drilled into her at some other time by somebody else? Because as much as we joke about it, she wasn't coming off of that.
Rain virus. Yes.
What did Rain Virus say? Smitten kitten burglar. There you go.
Yeah,
I
no,
call her smitten kitten all the time.
Kathy, I've known her my whole life. Kathy was full of analogies like that. Yes. I think she made that up on the fly.
What was her? I think, in my opinion, she was trying to gather as much information as she possibly could because they were about to disconnect. They were about to get rid of her, and they kind of wanted to see how much damage had been done so that they could at least come up with some kind of a plan to smut her up, to try to discredit her, to try to say, whatever. And I think that the more, go ahead.
I think you're right. I didn't think about that until you said that the other day. Like if I would have said, well, it'll take some money, which is weird that I didn't say that because it's so me.
I don't think it is, kid.
Cash.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think it is, kid. But that's funny as hell.
Actually, that kind of stands up to my grifter and stealing from everyone. Don't you think I might have shaken down $1 billion organization if I'd had the chance on that phone call?
Well, instead of that, you actually said, I don't want any money.
Yeah.
You actually said that, which is pretty classic, man.
Yeah, it's weird because it's just not with the narrative that they're spinning. Brock says, Reese, was she always that smug? Oh, yeah, Brock, big time. Very, very smug and condescending. Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely woman. Is she a looker?
She looks like Gina Davis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to work with me on this. Earth Girls Are Crazy, Gina Davis? Which Gina Davis?
I don't know what movie that is. Very.
Yes, you do. It's the one that's got Jim Carrey and all of those. They come down and it's the early stuff. Okay, maybe you don't.
So. Actually, I don't, and I said I didn't, but that's okay. Babe, Gina Davis more in Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. That's just what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Right. Helena, Reese forced me to sell my grandmother's vase and give her all the money. Fine. If you want to do this here,
the truth
Helena,
comes out. Fine.
We'll do it here.
Yeah. And then she broke it as soon as it got here.
I never spoke to. Oh, I loved A League of Their Own. Kim is blue. I'm going to need some of that Top Gun money. After this conversation, did you call her? No, I never spoke to her again.
Really?
Never again.
And she never reached out to you?
Never.
That's because they were getting ready to disconnect. And this was like the end of your file. I think that's what it was. She was closest to you, so her job was to come and see how much, how much she could get out of you, how much she could figure out before they slam the door completely on you and on your file. I think that's what we're looking at. Am I wrong?
I think so, but it does make me think. I love. Don't you guys think if I truly were that money motivated, I would have been thinking in terms of cash, cold hard cash at that moment in that phone call. Looking back, I wish I would have. I wish I had been smart enough to think about it when she was like, what can be done? I didn't realize she was trying to negotiate.
Yeah.
I might have said, I'll tell you what can be done. But I wasn't thinking in that mindset because
Abigail got it.
I don't know that I really am the grifter you think I am.
No, you're not. And if you are, you got to step up your game. But you found your life jacket. Awesome. All right. This was figuring out how to do damage control. That's exactly what it was. They were seeing if there was anything that they could do to make you a little less obnoxious on the way out the door, because let's be honest, you're not probably as docile as a lot of the people that have been through this. Like you said, she did fantastic in the cult, right? When the two of you were talking earlier, I think we had it on last night. You said, you have been great. What are you, OT 7 or 8 now? And she said, no, I'm still 7. And you're like, I'm not even clear. For me, this hasn't worked. And she said, for her, she's the real deal. She's the dyed-in-the-wool, no joke Scientologist, and you just weren't. That's why you didn't progress through. You were the person always going, yeah, this doesn't make sense. This guy's OT 7. And like when we were out there, the poor guy, God bless him, the door smacked him.
That's right.
If you could control all matter, you probably wouldn't whack yourself in the knee with a door.
I happened to notice that a lot actually with OTAs, and it was weird. Are your ex-in-laws still disconnected from Huxley's dad? Was it hard on him when they did? Did he blame you? I can't be fully sure on that. I think they're not 100% disconnected, Lori Lee, but I think they're like 95%. I think they cut way back on communication and they moved away. So they moved to Clearwater. They're not in Kansas City anymore. I don't think he blames me. No, I don't get that impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, their loss, right? I know it had to be really, really hard, but there is something to be said for when somebody decides to disconnect from you and lie about you and do all of those things. There's that moment of, you know what? Yeah, it was fun. We had some good times, but don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I mean, there has to be a bit of that goes on. Not necessarily, obviously, the family, but the rest of the people that you knew from within the cult. I mean, the family's going to be very painful, but the rest of it.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have to stay on anymore. I just wanted to wrap up that call and get
stay on with me.
Well, I wanted to run its course, my love.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions, put a bunch of Q's in front of them and we can.
Yeah, questions. Did Huxley give you any insight, Reese, when he spent time with his dad? He said, Abigail, I questioned on that. He said that no one brought up the grandparents. Obviously, they weren't in Kansas City, the grandparents. So really nothing came of it that I'm aware of.
That's true.
Did you really have good times? Oh, while in?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough question to answer because it's all I knew. So to me, yeah, I believed in Scientology. I was a full-on believer for quite a long time until I wasn't. Thank you,
Right.
Pam.
Trust in karma, that good will ultimately overcome evil and that truth will win out. You know what? Amen. Right? For real. Move toward love and away from hate. And you watch the moral high ground is a really cool place to hang out. Take it from me. I spent all of my life I spent on the other side of that. And it's a whole lot nicer when you can feel good. Can you come to the wedding? We're going to have to let everybody come to the wedding, man. We got a lot of people that will be really upset if we don't let everybody come. So
I thought we already had it. I can't keep up with our lies.
Remember Vegas?
I forgot because of
we weren't going to tell anybody. Now you just blew it, man. James Collins cares. Our other, hey, Karma Chameleon, our other member is cleaning it up and putting some captions. I have not heard it all together, but because they had to change the person's voice because this person doesn't want to lose their job. He was getting captions. I don't know, but hopefully soon.
Patty, the answer to that was no. It doesn't have anything to do with masonry. When people are talking bad about Scientologists like Kathy, does it offend you because you believed? No. I don't really get that offended by a lot of things.
Please tell me that Elvis did your ceremony.
I can't remember because
as you know, what happens in Vegas, we live stream. We joked about going to the chapel.
We did. Darth, while the conversation was happening, did you understand that she was spouting crap? Are there conversations like that in the norm? Yes. I knew she was absolutely spouting crap. No question. No
Diarrhea of mouth.
I don't like to use the D word, but yep, this is your channel, and absolutely.
Well, I think that's kind of what she was doing. And I'll tip my hat. I know that this isn't probably going to be a popular sentiment, but there is something impressive about being able to speak for 15 to 20 minutes and literally saying nothing, right? That's not easy. Most people will accidentally make a freaking point, you know? I mean, even just clumsily, bumbling along, you're liable to make a point, but she did not. It's kind of fascinating.
I agree.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you, Allison.
Yeah.
I love that, Joe Mama.
Don't you? Let's get the number of likes on this video equal to the number of people in the chat. I like that idea.
And
I like that idea.
Come over and subscribe. I think some people unsubscribed from our channels today trying to punish us, but they're still going to watch. So there's always that. Have you pooped your pants lately, Ree? When did I do that in the kitchen last week when you were here? It was like a week ago.
Yeah, a little over a week ago.
Yeah. I usually do that
She
about.
was so cute about it.
Really?
You really were. Because I heard just a grumble. It wasn't like you weren't, F my life. It was just kind of a grumble. You were like, ah. And then as you were coming out, you kind of looked at me and I went, did you shit yourself? You said yes. Yes, I did.
And it's probably not good because I only do it like once a quarter, but we are early in this quarter and I'm worried that it's going to happen again. Yeah, I prefer mud butt.
Okay.
I've never once heard someone refer as shitting their pants as so cute, and I'm never going to forget it.
You were pretty cute. Normally that's a horrific thing and you couldn't pull it off, but you came out with a towel and you had this look like you were miserable and I went, oh, and yeah, I thought it was actually about as cute as you could possibly pull off dropping a deuce in your in your skivvies. I think you nailed it.
I knew how to handle it. I'm pretty well. I'm an expert at it.
Yeah, we scored that a 9-5 from the Italian judge, and that will bring home the tournament right there. It's that all-in moment.
Very kind. Hey guys, go over and subscribe to my channel too if you want to.
Really?
Speaking of my channel, I might do a live real quick. I'm feeling sassy. Mm-hmm. I'm so used to crapping my pants. It's really no big deal.
This is a good point. Kathy doesn't have common sense, so it's easy for her to talk in circles. And intelligent doesn't talk like that. You're right. I think you're probably right.
Hey, Snake.
Hey, Snake. How are you? Thank you so much. I think we'll give you a pass on the late thing. I am smitten, people. You know that? I really am. And I'd like to thank then this is the last time. I promise you'll never. Quibbs has the ability to do whatever she wants. She's not in a cult with me either. But I'm never going to bring this stuff up ever again. You've heard the last of it. If you're worried about any of the stuff that's said, I've covered every bit of it on my channel at one time or another. I've talked about all of this stuff. But
Tony's Hooter. I love Tony's Hooter.
You heard one of the jester judges married us? That would have been great.
Tony, I told you that in confidence.
Well, I want to tell you something, and this is the truth. I want to thank them because every once in a while you get busy and you forget about stuff or whatever. But the second that somebody starts to mess with the person that you love, it reminds you so quickly just how much you care about them. And sometimes when you're running and gunning, you can forget shit like that. And it helped bring it into focus in the last day. It really has. I love you, kid. And I'm.
You are.
Yeah.
I love it when your emotions are all lovey-dovey.
Well, I'm fond of you. What do you think of that?
I'm quite fond of you. And
Good.
I love fondle you.
And listen, we're going to get married. We just haven't yet. You guys can check Nevada. I'm really not married. And that should let you know that they're probably just making the rest of it up too. However, I will tell you this. I'm going to get married to this woman, and we're going to do it with all of you are going to get invited. Set a camera up, live stream that bad boy. I think if there's ever been two people that should get married on YouTube, it should be you and me, Quipsy.
I love how you have it all planned out. I think that's
No,
great.
no question. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but you look beautiful.
Thank you, hon.
Antique vases. We are going to be registering at Vases R Us. It's the only thing we will accept. They're going to be different sizes, and yeah.
We will register probably at like Bergdorf's or something very high end. Because again, it goes
with the grifter stuff. I'll be registering at Rolex.
If we're gonna do it, yeah, we might as well do it up. I mean, if everybody is exposing me is for what I am, yeah.
Oh wow, that's funny. Katie Fulton, your breasts smell amazing. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I have really become quite fond of. Do I not come up and sniff you like, hell's going on, and why don't you have it on?
You do, and I wear it all the time for you.
You do almost all the time. Sometimes I'll catch you right after the shower, and you.
I don't wear it unless you're here.
Ah, that makes me so happy. It's like all my gray sweatpants.
Are you serious?
I don't wear those unless you're here.
You're lying.
You said if I left the house in those that you're going to drag me behind your car. I think Tiffany's does both vases and watches. Darth, I like the way you think. Didn't you say I couldn't go outside in my sweats?
I don't remember saying that.
I think you do. Ooh,
that's enough.
Just bite your bottom lip. Love the color too. It's perfect.
Why is there we go. Of the what? Love the color of what?
Your lips.
It's number 85. Do you guys think I should go live? Should I take the audience with me?
Oh, you want to go live right over to your channel? Set it up and I'll just keep talking until you're live and you can go straight over there.
I'm going to go live for like 40 minutes. I'm not going to.
Okay, but go live for as long as you want to, but I think you ought to do it.
Well, I feel like there's people that want to know things and I don't want to do it on in somebody else's house.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to keep it classy and I'm going to stick to I don't trash other content creators.
Helena is so funny.
Except for ugly ones. What?
I said she's on fire. Helena.
Helena is my favorite Australian. That's probably not true. I also love Jonas, but Helena's up there.
She is really funny and she has been on one all night. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kim Watts. I'm pretty proud of the fact that this woman cares about me. Buffy, you missed nothing. I'm pretty proud that Quibs loves me. I really am.
Jonas, you're in here. That's hilarious. I think I'm going to title this one. You've been hit by a smooth Scientologist.
Nice. See that? Quibsy, are you okay? Are you okay, Quibsy?
And I'm not talking about me, by the way. I'm talking about all the fair gaming people that are trying to fair game me. It doesn't work to fair game me because they cancel each other out because I am a Scientologist. You can't do it. You can't fair game a Scientologist. It automatically cancels itself out in the mess universe.
Starting to feel wondering where an average everyday guy like myself goes to. Hey, settle down there, Priestess. Where an average everyday guy like myself goes for a little action.
When are you going to come
Trust
here?
me, she meant nothing to me. What?
When are you going to come here so you can answer the bone phone?
I thought that you were coming here next, and I thought it was day after tomorrow.
It is not, and that's a no.
Okay, just checking. We'll have to work it out then. I will call you a little later this evening before you go to bed, and we'll do that thing we do on the phone. No whistling while we're live.
There we go. I got it set up. 8 minutes from now. And trust me, guys, I'm not staying on long, and I don't even know what I'm going to say.
That would have been a good one. Is that your priceless Ming vase? Not anymore. I'm hoping that was That was a Pink Panther reference.
Daughter of the
That was a
King,
bit-
thank you. Who subscribed to me?
A lot of
I will
people.
know. Oh, no one. I lost 4 more. Well, that seems to be the.
Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing. They will come back. I just hope that they don't.
I hope that they don't. I want a whole fresh set of new people.
To my people here, I love you guys.
People,
For
they're
real,
too finicky, man. They get too finicky. They get too weird. You know, you say one thing and
Uh-oh. You know, this seems fair. You guys, this is I absolutely am good for one. Let me get rid of this so everybody can see it all the way. We'll do this. Booyah. Right? Hold on.
ready.
I
Big
am.
Hold on. I have to think. Are we at Whole Foods? Or are we going to still be
We
at Whole
could be wherever you would like.
Oh, hi. I was wondering.
Oh God, help us! I need it. Come here.
Yikes!
I'm sorry. One more try.
Ah!
I forgot the question. Go ahead one more time.
I was wondering if you could put a
I'm a
bet.
blonde woman in the perfect glasses and the nice watch. I gave it to her. I have no money. I'm married. I'm engaged.
You know what's funny about this watch? I don't know how to set it. I just wear it.
You do that with a lot of the watches. That
I know
They're
it
fun.
sucks. I don't know
But
how.
that's why it's good when I'm there and I can, right? And I can help you out with all of those things.
Yes.
We need a compound. We need a compound kid.
I
Hold
love
my other coffee. There you go.
I love D. Thompson. I think you could be onto something. I love Tourette's with you.
Yeah.
I also love Pound Town.
Yeah. Well, you know, far be it for me to toot my own horn, but if I had one, I'd be tooting it.
Oh, I'll toot it.
That's the spirit.
I'm gonna go live in 4 minutes. So do you guys want to come over? I really don't know what I'm gonna say. I just thought I would go on for a minute and share feelings.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea to me. I will meet you over there. Alrighty, people. Go.
Babe, will you be there?
Yeah, I'm going to stop by and see you. Do you not want me there?
My little Fraggle Rock. That is so cute.
I'll be in the chat. I'm smitten.
I thought you'd be doing the other stuff.
I am, but you're my girl.
Oh, that's really sweet, babe.
I'm not your cheerleader. Who would be?
Helena? I don't know.
I'll always be your cheerleader kid.
That's so sweet, little angel. Thank you, guys. Please hop over. We're just going to have a quick chat and sort out.
Lisa Kelson, you can pee at whatever speed makes you happy, and we'll see you over there in a bit.
Love you guys. Thanks.
The rest of you have to hold it.
Babe, stop. Are you going to hit end or?
I thought this was your gig. Oh, okay. All right, people. Between now and the next time I see you, see what happens when you get around your girl? You just assume she does everything. Okay. See how I just sat back and was like, she's got this.
That was kind of weird.
You got this. It's my Quibs. I don't have to worry about anything. Quibs does everything.
Whoa.
When we're around, she does it all. All right, people.
It's those border drugs.
I will see you on the next one.